Good afternoon. In the video, we have seen what has happened to Indian cities under Pradhan Mantri Suryaghar Muft Bijli Yojana. It's an ambitious program, the target to cover 1 crore household of this country through rooftop solar. So till now, the situation is that, say, in West Bengal, CSC or WBPDCL, they purchase power from 2-3 power producers. So after integration of this program, there will be lakhs of power producers which the grid has to accommodate. You see, this is the scenario in regard to solar energy up to 31st December last year, that almost 1 lakh megawatt is installed across the country, and out of this 15 is for rooftop solar. So grid integration through lakhs of prosumers who are produce and also consume is the present day scenario challenge before any power supplier company in the name of popularly distribution company. You see, this is the Government of India target that presently, yes, out of we have 4 lakh megawatt of installed capacity in this country, clubbing all sources. Out of this, almost 50% goes to renewable. But if you consider the energy side, we are far behind in regard to the coal-based thermal generation. So the government has put the target of 27% of energy mix by 2027. It will be from renewable. And another target is that is very important, that is clubbing with the storage. You know that all these efforts, these are connected to limit the global atmospheric temperature rise by 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2030. And we have two major programs in this country. One is renewable, another is the electric mobility motion. So electric mobility mission, if it is to be, presently it is now a black to grey route, means grey to green route, means we are taking electricity from coal and charge the battery. At the end of the day, the battery enables the vehicle to move. So at the point of transport, it doesn't emit anything. Say we are flying through a Toto or a e-vehicle, say in Salt Lake, so it doesn't emit anything in Salt Lake at the point of transport, but for that, somewhere coal is burning, say in Durgapur or Kolaghat. So it is not a full green solution, it is a grey to green solution. So our objective is to convert this to green solution. Means finally the rooftop solar is to be coupled with the EV. So one side, the lakhs of consumers, they are now converting into consumer plus producer, means the prosumer. Second, the EV has come, and in domestically a sizable number of people in Kolkata at least, they are using electric two-wheelers. So clubbing and integration of these two is a challenge before this. And in this particular juncture, what I want to say before you, that why we are doing so. So this is the last year's data, that you know, the 2024 was the hottest year of human civilization as recorded so far. And 242 million children in 85 countries including India, they couldn't go to school for at least 45 days in a year due to different climate related catastrophes. You see that last year there was the general election, and the people like you and me who are in government sector, they seldom has the time to do election duties, and the people in Odisha and Delhi and Uttar Pradesh, they died in numbers during the heat wave in the last year's summer's election. You see on the side, this is the Delhi hospital data, that how many people brought dead and brought to the hospital due to heat wave in the last year. So this is a very complex scenario. On one hand, we try to reduce our atmospheric temperature. For that, we have two major programs. One is coupling renewable and EV. On another hand, we are talking about now the artificial intelligence. So one important issue so far we have not touched in today's seminar regarding the artificial intelligence, that it is an energy hungry thing. Artificial intelligence, it consumes plenty of energy as compared to conventional Google search or search in internet. So on one hand, if we want to reduce our energy consumption, which comes from coal, on other hand, when we are applying artificial intelligence, it enhances our electricity or energy consumption. This is a complex mix and is the largest challenge what I think so far. You know that from very beginning of today's seminar, people are talking about the bias in data in artificial intelligence system. Say if you go to a bank, try to settle your claim, you see entire system is biased to the banking authority. If you want to purchase a flat, when do agreement and other things you will execute, you will deeply find that the entire system is biased to the promoter or developer. And then when you will settle a claim with a distribution company, unfortunately, the entire system is biased to the distribution company. So we are already in a biased system where consumer is ultimately the last priority. Consumer is the last priority. I want to share 2-3 examples with you to where people are talking about installation of smart meters. In West Bengal, as per the decision of the state government, the smart meters are installed in government premises. It's the priority that government premises will be covered fast, and thousands of government premises are covered already. So when we put a rooftop solar under this smart meter regime, what happens that previously in the billing it was transparently visible that how much solar is produced and paid to the grid. Now it is not visible. Now it is not visible. The distribution company says that they take the measurement, but it is not visible to the consumer. So where the consumer will go to settle the issue? The local distribution office, they cannot. The regional office, they cannot, because it is their billing configuration as it is decided at their headquarter level. So how people can address this issue when after installation of a rooftop solar their bills are increasing? Yes, their bill will increase because the meter logic, they sense if there is any imbalance in any phase, they treat it as a tamper, and so they add this figure instead of subtracting to the consumption from the grid. This is on one hand of the story. You know that in last year there is a regulation came in West Bengal Electricity Regulatory Commission where the state DISCOM, that is WBPDCL, they have declared that you need not to connect through net metering or gross metering arrangement if you think so, if you want to operate the system on self-consumption mode. So you have to pay to the DISCOM at a certain charge. Presently it is ₹20 per kVA per month. So we have tried in Haldia municipality last month that the campus of Haldia municipality, the rooftop solar, they integrated with the DISCOM grid in self-consumption mode. Again, the issue is that through AI monitoring system, if it is a load imbalance, say we have a 50 kilowatt system, our load demand is 15, but if it is a 12 kilowatt is the minimum load in the any phase, the system operates in 12 kilowatt level. Means if it is a 50 kilowatt solar, only 12 kilowatt comes from solar to consumption on self, balance they take from the grid. So until and unless the balance in all three phases will be done, the entire benefit will not be transferred in monetary terms. So the point is very clear that the things are biased to the people who are controlling the system, and there lies the danger of this system, because people like you and me, we are very small try to combat such situation. I am coming to another issue, that is how we integrate and why the integrations are important and what are the integrations done. So this is a floating solar. We are in the WBPDCL headquarter here, this building. So they are one of the pioneering organization who are doing floating solar in lot. Where they are doing the floating solar? At their ponds which are available with their thermal power generation stations. See, for Bengal, the western part of the Bengal, popularly known as West Bengal, we have plenty of water bodies in urban, semi-urban and rural areas. So if the government want to have a comprehensive policy to install the floating solar across the state in different districts, so there is a common minimum measurement point, because it disturbs the flora and fauna, it disturbs the marine life, there are many issues. So integration and impact assessment, again comes the question of impact assessment related to environment. You know, all the major projects in India which have done so far, that attract a huge public agitation due to deforestation, the shifting of population at very moment. There is a project in Karnataka, they want to integrate 3 big hydel power stations for, you know, the Karnataka is the only state of this country who have already 50% of their energy come from renewables. They have made it happen. So in West Bengal we are far from that, but in Karnataka they have made it happen. They are taking 50% of their energy as on date from renewable, and hydro is one of the major source. So there is a debate that in the Western Ghat, in the name of our more energy generation, shall we destroy the local ecosystem? What is the impact and what will be the remedies? And you know that in case of remedies concerned, whatever commitments we people make before the Green Tribunal, before the Supreme Court or any other, due to lack of very low surveillance on part of the people, the most of the things didn't mature. And there are many stories, there are many movements, and there are many documents. End of the day, our tribal people are dissettled, our ecology is in danger. And the deadliest demonstration we have seen in Uttarakhand in repeated occasions, that what result the nature can give you back in case of unplanned hydropower development. So how AI can be integrated to have a, people are talking about the informed decision. You can understand the pattern of the system. So our pattern of the very good administration is to neglect the end user. So is it a good system to be the biased, already percolated in the AI system? Can it be extrapolated? The things come over here. I think many of you who are interested have gone through the book of Noah Harari in the name of Nexus. So in Nexus, it's a voluminous book. If you have interest and have time to go through, They are talking about a single thing that is a very important proposition in respect of AI is concerned, that is the other thing other than the bias, that is the justice, and the justice is based on ethical justice. So these three parameters I have demonstrated little bit, and the time is not very with me, that we are in a position that we are simultaneously in a country which have two names. One is Bharat, another is India. Sometimes they conflict, sometimes they converge. So in case of artificial intelligence and also for renewable energy, both are presently in the transition phase, because India is planning a large to have meeting their commitment which they have made in 2015 Paris Climate Accord, and India has taken the path to large scale renewable integration and also electric mobility. And also artificial intelligence, definitely we are not in the phase of US or China as of now, but since our people, we have a long background of IT professionals in this country who are serving in Silicon City to other places of the world. So we have a bus, I think not missed so far, what we have missed the solar bus in 2015, that time. We were at par with the China, but China is now world number 2, we are now not in that position. So with these integrations, that yes, definitely the people's participation and the conscious application of your mind and a continuous surveillance on part of the, say, fifth tier of the democracy. You know that we want to have the developed country from a developing stage to developed nation in the world, and if you want to do so, that definitely other than the judiciary, executives, parliament, media, the fifth pillar which is very popular in US and Europe, that is the people's movement, and that is the citizens movement. That is very important in case of a proper AI propagation in this country. Otherwise the gap in between the India and Bharat may be widened. Say today morning when I was coming, I am residing very close to this building, just say 1.5 kilometers from here, that is in Beleghata. I was coming by walk. So on my walk I met a coconut seller who is known to me incidentally. So I was a little talk with him, and I have an information to collect from his place. So I told him, please share your number. He was ashamed. He told me that I don't have a mobile phone. So how you work? So my son has a phone. Do you know the number? Well, no sir, I don't have the number in my memory. So just this side of the road, when I cross the eastern bypass and come down this road, this is a very close location, but since a rickshaw puller was flying, he told me, will you go? So I write there, and again the question comes in my mind, have you a mobile number? He said no. So these are people, I think you will agree, these are people like you and me, these are Indian people. And when you are talking about smart classroom, artificial intelligence, learning through mobile phones, they are largely isolated from this system, and if it will be the mainstream, there is a fear and doubt in our mind that how many people will be eliminated from such system. Last but not the least, one important data I want to share with you. You know that after 2011 there is no census in this country, and 2011 there was the census. That census says that 10% of population in this city, the Kolkata, they don't have electricity. It is not that CSC is not giving them the power. It is that they are in urban slums, which may have not any legal sanctity in terms of their land owned. So these people, so we are approaching to the evening. So in the evening they will have kerosene lanterns, and with all our efforts to reduce the greenhouse gas emission, due to our failure to provide our co-citizens the grid quality power, they will operate the kerosene lantern and will add the greenhouse gas to the atmosphere. So this is a very complex reality we have. On one side, our middle class, they have the aspiration to lead the life of the people in US or Europe sitting over here. On other side, my one previous speaker has said that a sizable number of electricity consumers we have in this country, they have a single gadget, that is the electric bulb. So this is a vast difference, and if not properly under people's surveillance will not be acted, AI can make the gap wider. So with these few words, with your patience, thanks for your proposition, and at the end I want to show another video where you can understand that where we are in this city, in this district, in this state, where AI integration can do, but first we have to do the intervention, the day-to-day life of the people.
সুন্দরবন সমুদ্র তীরবর্তী নোনা পরিবেশের সবচেয়ে বড় ম্যানগ্রোভ বনাঞ্চল। বারবার পরিবেশগত নানা বিপর্যয়ের সম্মুখীন হতে হয় সুন্দরবনকে। বছরের নানা সময়ে আসা সাইক্লোনের বেশিরভাগেরই ল্যান্ডফল হয় এই সুন্দরবনেই। প্রাকৃতিক বিপর্যয়ের পাশাপাশি সুন্দরবনের পরিবেশ দূষিত হচ্ছে আরও নানা কারণে। পর্যটকদের ফেলা বর্জ্য পদার্থ যেমন দূষণের অন্যতম এক কারণ, তেমনি জীবাশ্ম জ্বালানিতে চলা ইঞ্জিনের মাধ্যমে হয়ে চলেছে বায়ু ও জলদূষণ। এই দূষণকে প্রতিরোধ করার জন্য মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্রী মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়ের অনুপ্রেরণায় অচিরাচরিত ও পুনর্নবীকরণযোগ্য শক্তি উৎস দপ্তরের উদ্যোগে শুরু হয়েছে এক পাইলট প্রজেক্ট। জীবাশ্ম জ্বালানি বর্জন করে ব্যাটারি চালিত জলযান ই বোটের ব্যবহার। লক্ষ্য ধাপে ধাপে দূষণমুক্ত সুন্দরবন।
আগে যন্ত্রচালিত ইঞ্জিনে ফ্রি সার্ভিস দিতাম, এখন বর্তমান ব্যাটারি চালিত ইঞ্জিন দিয়ে আমি ফ্রি সার্ভিস করছি। আগে আমার সারাদিনে 5 লিটার তেল পড়তো, অর্থাৎ 500 টাকা খরচ হতো। এখন ব্যাটারি চালিত ইঞ্জিন দিয়ে বোট চালাচ্ছি, সেই সূত্রে 100 থেকে 120 টাকা মতন খরচ হয়। এই ব্যাটারি চালিত ইঞ্জিন লাগিয়ে অনেকটা আমার সাকসেসফুল হয়েছে এবং পলিউশন থেকে মুক্ত।
এই জলযান যেমন শব্দ করবে না, তেমনি কম খরচে চালানো সম্ভব হবে। ফলে সব দিক থেকে সুবিধাজনক হবে এই ই বোট।
সঞ্জয়ের বোটে পাথর প্রতিমাতে প্রথম বৈদ্যুতিকরণ করি বোটের।
যাত্রী পরিবাহীর জন্য যে নৌকা বোটগুলো চলাচল করে সেগুলো ইঞ্জিনের পরিবর্তে ব্যাটারি দিয়ে চালানোর উদ্যোগ নেওয়া হয়েছে।
পরিবেশটাকে সুন্দর রাখার জন্য আজকের মুখ্যমন্ত্রী যে উদ্যোগ নিয়েছেন, আমরা সুন্দরবনবাসী হিসেবে মুখ্যমন্ত্রীকে বিশেষভাবে ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি।
সুন্দরবনে বসবাসকারী মানুষজনও যথাযথভাবে এই উদ্যোগে সাড়া দিয়েছেন।
যে উদ্যোগ মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায় নিয়েছেন এবং এনার যে অচিরাচরিত শক্তির দপ্তরের উদ্যোগে যে ওটা হয়েছে, সেটা আগামী দিনের এটা যদি প্রত্যেকটা জায়গায় করা হয় তাহলে আগামী দিনে এটা খুব ভালো হবে।
সুন্দরবনকে দূষণমুক্ত করার লক্ষ্যে সুন্দরবনবাসীর পাশে রয়েছে রাজ্য সরকারের নতুন ও নবীকরণযোগ্য শক্তির উৎস দপ্তর।